I read one comment that I needed to respond to straight away, and it was something along the lines of, would you advocate for polygamy? And the answer clearly is no. I wouldn't advocate for anybody or anything, but nothing. So I'm not advocating for Krishnamurti. I'm not advocating for anything other than you. So I want you to be able to see the parallels to my life and hopefully your life, and just accept yourself for who you actually are and face your fears. All those skeletons in your closet, everything, all the things that happened in your past that you carry as a chip on your shoulder, or the weight you bear, or whatever you need to prove, all those expectations, that as soon as you can give that up, that's what I'm talking about. I want you to be able to face yourself and die to yourself, and saying that what Krishnamurti is talking about is absolutely real. This radical change is a real thing. So I'm not advocating that. I'm just trying to say what Krishnamurti says is 100% the truth. Like I couldn't, like nobody could say it better than him. And I listened to him and I understood what he said. And what he said is that we live in a world of ideas, and monogamy is an idea. Polygamy is the same idea. So I can't give up all ideas and then believe in polygamy. It doesn't work like that. The ideas are all gone, all beliefs, everything. Nothing but reality exists. So in reality, only the present moment, only my relationship to this person now exists. So I would never hold on to the person as I go away. I don't miss people as they're gone. Even if I love them, I don't miss them, because if they're not here right now, I'm making the most of the moment now and not getting dragged away in my mind. So it doesn't, I don't believe in nothing. I don't advocate for nothing. That's the whole idea of the not idea. That's a hilarious mistake. But it means not having any ideas. So love is free. So trying to bind it down with rules and regulations does not mean liberty. So even if I say polygamy, it's an idea. It's an idea that I have multiple partners. No. I make connections with people. I enjoy them as I enjoy them for the moment, and I make myself very clear even before any sexual interactions. Like, I make sure that the other person knows that I never want to be bound down by a relationship per se. Neither polygamous nor monogamous, because my life is free. So I live a free life, and I refuse to bind it down with fake ideas and norms and rules and loyalty, etc. That doesn't mean that I don't show them all the love I can give them. It's also love for free. Like I don't want anything in return. I don't want anything back. I will love them freely until my boundaries are crossed, and then I move on. So it's not a polygamous life, it's not a monogamous life, it's just life, and life cannot be defined, and love cannot be defined. So the freedom aspect is a very important thing. So what I respect the human being that I'm with, so much so that like I will then be completely focused on them. That's like a given. Like I love this person, so I would never do anything to try and harm them. But like I wouldn't on purpose hurt them. If I hurt them, it was a misunderstanding. Like there's no revenge, there's no jealousy, there's nothing like that. It's just love, you know. And to bind that down or restrict that is just a bit absurd, really. So hence my comment on monogamy, because we are so entrenched with the idea of monogamy. But why do we have to even classify the relationship that we have? We either love each other or we don't love each other. Simple as it is. And I then have to add, like, every person that I part way with. It's not like I don't love them anymore. I still love them no matter what happens. It's just then there's a reason why I'm not spending time with them anymore. And that's it. That's all. It's no, I don't. Obviously you feel differently about them, but it's probably like trust issue. Like you don't trust them anymore, or it's got nothing to do with the love. The love is not impacted by the amount of partners, or I still love everybody the same. Like, you know, I had to keep my distance from most of them because most of them are abusive. Or not abusive, but like my past was very riddled with abusive relationships. Now that I have clear boundaries, it's very easy to end that, nip that in the bud. And if I love someone and it turns out to be somebody that's not very nice, there's not a second of, it doesn't matter, like I enjoyed it, like there's no second of regret. There's never love lost. So I enjoyed it until I found out that maybe I shouldn't enjoy this anymore. This is maybe not safe anymore. That's it. So I would never advocate for anything, and to just change the idea of polygamy to it's like if I said, like, oh yeah, now I don't believe in Jesus, but I believe in the Mormon version of Jesus and the Latter-day Saints. Like, it's still the same thing. It's still an idea. So if you live your life based on ideas, it's not reality. Reality is what is. No rationalization, no justification. Shit, things happen. Like, it's a normal part of life. It just is what it is. And the understanding what Krishnamurti is saying, or living in the present moment, allows you to respond very quickly by accepting it. There's nobody that can be hurt anymore. There's nobody left to hurt. So I'm not going to take it personally. Like, I don't take it personally that I've got MS. I don't blame anybody for it. Like, no, like I almost get hit by a car and then I'm like, oh, thank you for not killing me. Like, that's what your life turns into. It's like blissful ignorance, more or less. You're just happy that you're still alive. Like, I can't believe, every day I wake up, I'm like, oh, holy smokes, I'm old. I'm getting a grey hair up there. Like, I'm pretty happy about that. I never thought I'd see the day. So, that was just to answer that question or that comment. Thank you very much for commenting it, because it does seem like if I don't want monogamy, then I want polygamy. But no, I want free love. That's all. So I don't necessarily need a partner in a relationship due to I've been in a relationship and I don't want it anymore. That's it. Like, and now with the MS, I'm sure if I wouldn't have MS, I would be going into other relationships. I would be working on it differently. But now I have a very, very low threshold for relationships per se. Like, my friends, yeah, I give them, like, I try to pay it forward, more or less. So, I had fun until it wasn't fun, and then I move on. So if that whatever that may mean in that moment in time, so it changes. And if, I meet a person that I realize, like, oh my God, we are the perfect team, and I'm gonna eat my own words, I'll be happy to do that as well. So I'm open to whatever comes along. All I know is that I'm not going to put the restriction of monogamy or polygamy or any me or ism or anything. No labels, no naming, no nothing. So yeah, so much for advocating. Like, I just wanted to comment on the advocating. So thank you very much for the question. Like, I don't mean to in any way belittle the question. I just like wanted to just clarify what I meant by saying that. And that's, it's all about living free from ideas, free from classifying, labeling, putting in a box, because nobody fits in the box anyway. So let's just go out there and see what happens, and that's it. Anyway, thank you very much for listening, and thank you very much for commenting as well. Sorry that I don't even know. Like, I read the comment before I got sick, and ever since I've been trying to get healthy enough to answer the comment. So I didn't even have to check my notes. I knew what I wanted to say. So yeah, thank you very much for listening, and talk to you soon. One love.